I feel it's a really great honour to receive this prize for translation, and I really enjoyed taking part in this Europe-wide competition.
So tell us about the competition. Which language did you choose?
So I translated from German into English. I translated a sort of short personal letter from the German.
And what is it about German that you like? Why did you choose German?
So I find translating from German into English quite an interesting skill, because the way German sort of constructs its sentences and the way kind of Germans speak is very much different to the way people speak in English, because the kind of famous German German word order, which is fiendishly difficult to learn for British people, and also it kind of makes it very difficult to sort of transform that into a kind of natural flowing style that an English person would use, which I think is the kind of the challenge of translation, to be able to sort of create the document as if it had been made in English rather than sounding almost sort of Germanified.
Yeah, and you enjoy that challenge?
Yes.
And which other languages do you know?
So I'm also studying Russian at the moment, and Biblical Hebrew, and I've studied French and Latin and Greek in the past.
And what attracts you to studying languages? Why are you interested in languages?
So I think language is really the key in the kind of world we live in. I think language as a sort of practical skill is very much an important thing we have to be able to grasp, but also sort of almost the kind of the theory of it, and be able to kind of get into the head of a completely different people and a completely different culture is, I think, very fascinating sort of endeavour, and I really enjoy being able to kind of use language as a sort of portal into that kind of other world.
And are you planning to study your languages further?
So I'm planning to study German along with linguistics in a university. I would hope to sort of take that further and in some way use my German in my further life.
And what kind of career are you thinking about, and how might languages be useful for that?
So various different options. I feel like I might be considering work in translation, especially after kind of having this opportunity to practice my translation.
And what would you say to people your age who are still at school about learning languages and the benefits of learning languages?
So I think I would say that you should really take on your languages even further, because language is really something particularly important to us, and it's something that I personally find fascinating. But there's so many so many facets to a language. There's so many advantages that languages can give you, and I think it's really important to take languages further.
Often people say in this country that, well, we all know English, the rest of the world knows English. Why do we need to learn any other languages? We've got English and that's enough.
Well, I think often it's a little bit sort of conceitful in some way, sort of a little bit arrogant, that kind of English people expect to travel to other countries and everyone else to be able to speak English. And to some extent, it is true. People do tend to speak English wherever you go. But I think I think as Gandhi said, when you speak to someone in his own language, you speak to their heart. So you can really, I think when you're talking to someone in a language they understand, you can really get to them, and you can really be able to properly communicate with somebody, rather than sort of using the kind of global lingua franca, which is English.
And I understand that in your gap year that you're going to go into soon, before you go into university, you're going to go and do something which will involve some kind of linguistic element.
Yes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be studying in Israel, and I'm going to be studying in yeshiva, which is a sort of academy for learning the Talmud, and that involves kind of picking up both modern Hebrew and also looking at various ancient forms of Hebrew and Aramaic. So it'll be a very interesting year to be able to explore different sort of varieties of language.
Well, good luck with that challenge, and congratulations on being this year's Juvenes Translatores winner for the UK.
Thank you.